Final Score Friday with Sports Director Lane Casadonte and Sean Robertson. Sponsored by Bojangles, Loyalty Automotive, and Richmond Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Week 5 of Final Score Friday. Sean and I solo in the studio again this week, but wherever you are, we hope you're dry and safe and get ready to caught up on all of this week's scores and highlights. Our game of the week involved two teams not in our top 10, but with several storylines making this bigger than your average game. Mills Godwin, off to their best start in 23 years, taking on Hermitage, one of their oldest rivals.
And the Eagles also had the Panthers' old assistant coach, Earl Kinney, working for years on the Hermitage sidelines. This year, he's got the head whistle with the Eagles, looking to keep them undefeated.
The Final Score Friday Game of the Week is sponsored by Bojangles.
Has some of that tonight. Hermitage has won the last 8 meetings at home against Mills Godwin. First quarter, the Panthers strike first. Earl Winston up the middle for a 5-yard touchdown. Hermitage led 14-0 at the break. Third quarter, Godwin driving. Daniel Wiener trying to make a play, gets picked up by Kane Coles, ending the threat. Hermitage still up 14-0 to the fourth. The Panthers added their 2-touchdown lead with Winston's second touchdown run of the game. Hermitage up 20-0 after the missed PAT. Godwin was not trying to go away. Jackson Eakes gets behind the defense, 26 yards. Eagles down 20-6 after they missed the 2-point conversion. But Hermitage would get some insurance from backup quarterback Stephen Bowers on the RPO. 32-yard touchdown run. The Panthers give Godwin their first loss of the year, 26-6 the final.
I love that guy, man. He's going to continue to do great things over there. And this is something that'll last with me forever in the memory books. Obviously, we have a couple more times to get at it, obviously. But, it's special.
Out in the East End, top-ranked Highland Springs hosting Riverbend from up in the Fredericksburg area. Springers had won the first 2 meetings in this series, doing it with defense early on. Josiah Martinez leads the stop, sending the Riverbend running back into the backfield. Then Riverbend is going to this is not how you handle a punt. This is eventually going to be recovered by the Springers at the 4. That set up a Raymond Varner 2-yard touchdown run. Christian Martin had a short 2-yard touchdown run in the first half. Springers roll tonight 45-7 over the Bears.
Now from last night, a top 10 matchup between number 8 Hopewell on the road at 3rd-ranked Dinwiddie. The Generals had taken the last 3 meetings between the two and 15 of their last 18. First quarter, Harry Dalton III. This was a part of a huge night for him. 45-yard touchdown run. Dinwiddie led 14-7 after a quarter. Second quarter, after the horse galloped down the field, it's Hopewell. It's the Tatum push. He gets some assistance as he scores from 5 yards out. Hopewell tied the game up at 14, but they're near the end of the half on 4th and goal. Dalton and the Generals go for it with a second left, and they score just before the break. Generals led 21-14 at half. Dalton accounted for 400 yards of offense, 6 touchdowns, 5 rushing, 1 passing. They win 50-22 over Hopewell.
We head down to Chester, where 2nd-ranked Thomasdale hosted Prince George. A rough week for the Knights. Starting quarterback Ethan Minter been lost for the season due to an injury suffered in practice earlier this week. We hope he gets on the mend as soon as possible. Ethan Medley, his backup, 55 yards to Nick Tyree, letting Tyree do most of the work. That's smart, and it's 7-0 Knights. Then Medley, again from his own 45, is going to find Shamari Earls. This is another 55-yard touchdown run. Knights bounce back. They get ready for Dinwiddie next week for the 41-14 win over the Royals tonight.
Down to Roanoke, number 9 Benedictine on the road taking on North Cross. Early on, as Benedictine looking to stay undefeated, and they got off to a fast start behind Cody Shelton, who finds Kamari Vini down the middle of the field, 20-yard touchdown to make it 20-7 Benedictine. And after a defensive stop, Shelton again through the air. Raleigh Rory, 27-7 Benedictine. They remain undefeated after a 34-7 win at North Cross.
Look, his cadets have it going on this year. Much closer to home. Number 7 Douglas Freeman hosting Deep Run. The Wildcats coming off their first win under head coach Joe Molinax on the field last week. Douglas Freeman with Ryan Bland 8-yard touchdown run makes it 7-0. Then Warwick Stevenson with a 3-yard run. He had a pair of those in the first half. Mavericks remain undefeated themselves with a big 42-7 win tonight over the Wildcats. We have plenty more scores and highlights to come. Stay with us. Final Score Friday rolls on after this.